You built a network of billionaires.
All the billionaire meetings I've had till now is non-agenda meetings.
I think there should be that exchange of value. Once you provide value without asking, they feel like they should return it back.
It cannot come through knowledge because a billionaire knows more. It cannot come through money because a billionaire has more. It cannot come through networks because a billionaire has more. What value will provide to a billionaire?
What brought you to Dubai?
If I can build reputation in Dubai, I can build reputation anywhere in the world. The moment they open the email inbox, the first thing they see is a display picture that's continuously changing.
Tell the audience how old you are.
25. I got retired as well. The more leverage you have, the more richer you will become sooner.
How many businesses should entrepreneurs be in the front end?
The reason you are so afraid of automating your business is because you know without your face, the business cannot run.
Himanshu, welcome to Dubai.
Pleasure.
You have been in India all this while and you're very young, you're very successful. I've seen videos of you where people say that you're making more than 2 crores a month and you're here in Dubai, right? I want to know what brings you here. And you also mentioned just before this conversation that you have built a network of billionaires in the short while you're here. Hit us.
So in India, I've built a big empire for myself. And now it was time to go out of India and build something as well, right? Not for India, but from India. That was the idea. When I came to Dubai, I understood this one part in India as well, which was, it's not what you know, it's who you know, right? So you might have been a big genius all around, but if you don't know the right people, nothing would happen from there. But if you're a complete idiot and you know the right person around you, you can become fairly successful. And the idea was, how can I meet billionaires and people who have real acumen, people who have knowledge, people who have money, people who have access fast. And that's when I started this journey out of meeting out more and more people. And from there, I built a network of billionaires. And I don't have like 50 billionaires, I have like 4.
But meeting 4 billionaires itself is a huge thing.
Yeah, not just meeting, but now hanging out with them. That's the important part, right? So you can meet them, but you can't hang out with them. So yesterday, 11, I was around bowling with them. It's about hanging out with them, not just meeting.
Yeah.
That's important part.
If I'm not wrong, the stats around billionaires, right? There are around 2,700 billionaires officially, as per some Forbes articles, right? And you're meeting 4 of them, which is amazing. A billionaire is someone who reaches 10 figures.
Yeah.
Once you have 10 figures, you have reached that. And very, very few people have figured out how to get there.
Yeah.
However, billionaires, they have so much going on. Most of them have multiple companies which they're running. They barely have time to give you. Most of them have companies which have at least, I'd say, 500 to 1,000 employees or maybe more.
Easily more.
Easily, maybe more. Every person wants to do something with $1 billion. You see that there is money over there, and when you're starting a business, you feel that it's easiest to sell your business, to sell your products to a billionaire. You know, so a lot of people approach them, but you went to go around and hang out with them to earn their trust is very, very difficult. You know, I can go and approach, but what will make that billionaire take me seriously?
The answer is in your question. You said that everyone wants to do something or get something from a billionaire. Yeah. And that's where you go wrong. Because every billionaire knows that if you're coming to him or near him, you want something from them. But if you just be open hands and be like, I don't have anything to sell, I don't have anything to promote, I don't have anything to give you or get from you, but I'm a person that you may hang out with. Because when you get at the top, it's lonely, right? And when you don't go over there to sell or promote, and you go with the open hands of, you know, I'm here to support you anywhere you need, but I don't have any intention of such as meeting you. And all the billionaire meetings I've had till now is non-agenda meetings. Like there's no agenda set. How do you build a network first with them? The first question, right? So you don't cold email them. You don't message them on LinkedIn because they don't have that much time to reply you on and then set 100%. Up a meeting and do all of that, right? So the only way you work over there is through referrals. To get a person on your podcast, if I refer someone, it's much more easy than someone cold emails you or talks to you and then tries to do something, right?
Even if I reach out, it's much, much easier to get people refer.
Correct.
100%.
But if you go with the referral, it's much more easier to get anyone, anywhere that you want, because the person trusts you. So trust breeds more trust, and trust spreads through the person who's trustworthy. So you need to keep in mind that if you want to win someone's trust, go with the person who's already trustworthy. It's easier to get someone's trust, number 1. Number 2, don't try to get anything from them, and don't try to give as well because they have everything. So you go with the intention, I'll provide some value. What value will provide to a billionaire, right? Just think around that, right? So it becomes difficult over there. So go with the intention of non-agenda. You're going out there to chill, and you're going out with the intention of, I don't know what will happen. Let's just figure it out. And that's where you build real deep connection.
Even to go out, you know, I think there should be that exchange of value. There should be the exchange, like some kind of positivity coming in from your end. Because if there's someone who's negative, something like someone will hang out with someone only if they have like at least knowledge to gain, good things to talk about. So when you're in that meeting, like first of all, I would want to know how you have convinced them. I want to know your pitch to convince a billionaire to have a meeting with you. Second, once you've convinced them, what are you talking about? Like again, you said nothing related. Just can you give us some examples among these 4 people?
Very simple, bro. Very simple. First question you said, there should be exchange of value. I don't think so. There should not be exchange of value, but exchange of vibe. It's like dating, right? You're not going over there for some value seeking or something like that. It's a vibe that you connect with. So there's an exchange of vibe you need to have. That's number one. Whatever is inside you truly would reflect your vibe at that time. If you're nervous, they will just catch it in a second. If you are open, they'll just catch it in a second. If you have some bad intention, they'll catch it in a second. So if you have just this positive, natural vibe of, yeah, I am just coming over here to meet you. If you don't want me here, okay, I'll go. If you want me over here, I'll sit. If you want me to, not speak anything or disturb you in your thing that you're going on, I'm fine with that as well. I'm just coming to sit.
Correct.
Number one. Number two, I don't convince them for meetings. I convince the friend who's going over there for a meeting. So for example, if someone meets to, let's say you are a billionaire, and if someone wants to meet you, he does not need to convince you. He needs to convince me that, hey, you're going for a podcast, can I come with you? You would not reject that person who comes with me, right? I'll just be like, Neet, someone is coming, is that fine with you? You're like, cool, just bring them on. And now he knows you. So that's how it works. So I never convince the billionaire. I convince the person who's going to meet the billionaire. That's why I am the right exchange. Because understand this, when people are hanging around billionaires, one thing that they want for themselves is approvals. That this billionaire gives me approval, validation, right? And that validation would only happen. See, it cannot come through knowledge because a billionaire knows more. It cannot come through money because a billionaire has more. It cannot come through networks because a billionaire has more. What does they don't have? Right? That's the key. And one thing that it would come with is something to access that the billionaire does not have. So if he goes to a billionaire and be like, you told me about this problem, right? I have this guy who can solve it out. Who is this guy? Can it be solved really? Yeah, I have this guy. He solved this for these many people. Oh, are you sure? Yes. You want me to come bring him to you? Yeah. Let him also come. That's when you get introduced.
You knowing the right set of people. If you know the right set of people in front of a billionaire, that's valuable to them. Who can solve their problem.
Anyone you want to meet in life is just 5 steps away. Anyone you want to meet Donald Trump, he's just 5 steps away. It's just that you need to figure out who those 4 people are that are in between. Right? So you might know this X person who knows this, Y person who knows this, that person who knows Donald Trump. Right? Or you want to meet Mukesh Ambani, you're just 5 steps away. It's just that first step, figure out who those 4 are in the chain. And number 2, what value you can provide to those 4 so that you can get to the 5th person. That's what the whole idea is.
You just mentioned about Mukesh Ambani, right? The whole wedding happening right now, it's all across the internet. Like, I saw people saying that being invited to the wedding, it's like showing them like, damn, like getting an invite, It's showing their social standing, like their friends are looking out. And even people who are there, for example, you and me share Ranveer Alabadia. Like we both, like I have met him in Mumbai. You are actively involved, like you're consulting.
I'm a consultant to Skill House.
You're consulting their company, right? There was a full podcast video which he uploaded where he said that no one can organize an event as big as the Ambanis.
कि पूरी दुनिया भारत के बारे में क्या सोचती है? दुनिया के सामने भारत की पहचान बदल चुकी है इस इवेंट की वजह से.
And they pulled it off. I think they spent 5,000 crores with the thing. They brought people out of retirement.
Yeah.
Rihanna, I think the whole Ambani Sparkle came out once Rihanna performed, when they said that Rihanna came out of retirement, I think $10 million, I don't know, and she performed. And in that wedding, you're having John Cena, you're having Ranveer Singh, Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi attending, the biggest who of who. Imagine if you were there in that wedding, what would you have done? How would you leverage that wedding the maximum?
The answer is I would not. I would go with no agenda. That's the key. The moment you have any intention or agenda in your head, you would f it up because you would have some kinds of urgency or desperateness, some kind of energy that they would not like to have around. If you go with no agenda, I think it's most natural
Just
way.
meet people.
Yeah, just meet.
And network as much as.
Network is also agenda, right?
Yeah.
I'm going here for a networking. That's also agenda. Like, don't even have
Then
that
what do you
agenda.
tell people? Then when you attend events, what do you tell people?
It's what they ask, right? So if I'm at the event and someone meets me and be like, so what do you do? I would crack something funny up, which is like I make the middle class rich or anything up, right? I'm just coming with the vibe. I don't want to sell you something. I don't want to promote something. I'm just having fun, right?
Right.
If the person says, oh, let's catch up later. So I'll be like, for bowling or any business work or something like that, right? Because I'm not having any agenda, right? And when you don't have that, people like that vibe more compared to you having agenda. But if I'm going for a sales call, if I'm going for like, I know why I'm going for this, then though I need to keep that agenda in mind and go for that. But if I was going to a money wedding, I would not have any agenda.
But I think like not going with agenda, just establishing these people, even if they get to know you in the event, later on when they think who is that person who can solve, they would reach out to you. If not immediately, but later on.
Correct.
Especially if you're referred by someone, even in the event, have you met this guy? This is what he does. They would recall that and they would reach out.
Just make a conversation that they would never forget. That's it. That's where the communication skill comes.
Okay.
If you're a good communicator, you would be able to create conversations that people
never forget.
Never forget or remember.
I saw one of your podcast episodes. You said that you wanted to hire someone and you weren't able to reach out to someone, and the only access you had was email. You sent them an email with a subject line, "Are you shirtless right now?"
Yeah.
And you got a reply from that person. You have broken the ice via email, and you went with the intent. After you made such a crazy statement, what do you write in an email?
The biggest problem was that was my email on my domain, and I was not able to, recharge it up. So the email went away. So that was the biggest problem, or else I would have put a screenshot of that on the podcast itself, the earlier podcast. But he was a Google developer. I wanted to hire him. So the subject was, "Are you shirtless right now?"
Yeah.
And the body was, "Let me know." That's it.
Body was, "Let me know."
Let me know. That's it, right? Nothing else. Then the email came, "No, ha ha ha." And that's where the conversation started, right? So I'm doing icebreaker over there, number one. Number two, the idea that I had over there was, I just want to create a conversation with this guy that he would always remember. The same concept I told you, right? Just create a conversation that he'll never forget. Now, when I'm telling you, when you heard that podcast, when I'm saying about this shirtless wala subject line, you also remembered it, right?
100%.
Keeping conversations that people would remember is the most important art. Emails, captions, anything that you want. And if you can do that, like, you'll get a reply for sure. So I got a reply which was like, "No, ha ha ha." And then I came to the main agenda, which was like, "Hey, sorry to disturb you midnight, but I was blah, blah, blah." The whole email, which was like, "I want to do this, is this. I just want 10 minutes of yours. Let me know if we can connect on this, or if you're not comfortable, just reply with a no. I'm totally cool with that as well."
But when you send an email like this, many people may think like it's some spam.
Yeah. But there was no link, right? So if you put a link or something, then it's fishy. Secondly, my email signature is very professional.
What does it consist of?
So when you get an email from me, my display picture is changing every 1 second, and everyone else is like M circle, S circle, like this. And my display picture is like constantly changing.
Wow.
That's the one thing that you do.
I need you to send me an email after this.
So that's the first thing you do, because that catches attention. So the moment they open the email inbox, the first thing they see is a display picture that's continuously changing. The first question is, how did he do that?
Right.
Right? Very simple. There's an option of uploading a JPEG or a PNG or something like that. You don't upload that, you upload a GIF, right? So once you're done, simple, common sense, right?
But no one does it. Like 99.9% people don't do it. Okay.
The next thing is subject line. Right. So I call it EBN, emojis, bold, and numbers. So either put some emoji in the subject line. That's very good. Some bold character, like A should be bold or italic or something like that. Format should be changed. Or number 3, put number, right? So one of the best email lines, subject lines I have is number 8. Just write 8 and send.
Just 8.
Nothing else. And the content goes like, "This wanted 8 minutes of your time." Right. So it just works perfectly well every single time. I've tried it out. And third, your body should be very crisp. Like I write not more than 4 lines. Very crisp. It should be like a WhatsApp text. If you can't convey your message in the WhatsApp text, it's too long, or you're not clear what you want. So be very clear on that and just send it out.
But initially, just to get that response back, keep it. And then when they ask more detail, that's when you go ahead and provide more details.
Now coming to the email signature, you have the picture, you have your name. You need to have icons, not links. So people put Instagram.com/whatever. Don't put that. Put icon. Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, whatever it is. Don't put too many of them, like 6 of them. Put 2.
Yeah. Your topmost, whichever your highest.
Exactly. Right. Put your profession below your name. What do you do? Who are you? For that. And one thing that you can do, I don't do this anymore, but if you want to do, you can do it, which is you can attach over there a GIF. Right. So GIF in an email signature is also possible. There are multiple tools you can search on the internet, email signature tool types. You'll get most of them. And then multiple things. You can attach a video in your signature, by the way, that plays automatically. You can attach a GIF, whatever you want to do. Just be crazy with it and see what can work out.
I feel attaching a video, like most people nowadays are accessing emails from their phone also.
Yeah.
So
it plays over there as well.
Really?
It plays over there as well. There are email signature tools. Don't use Gmail ka normal signature. Use tools that are, third-party tools to make your signature look better. So for example, for you, it can be most of like pulling your mic like this. It's a GIF of 3 seconds. You're pulling your mic like this and a text is getting written. "I want to invite you." Something like this, right? So that's like when someone reads your email and goes to that signature, it's like fun vibe, right?
Yeah,
I want to
exactly.
connect. I'm not going to the podcast, but I'm going to connect.
And I think it helps break the ice via email. It's perfect. Another thing from that same podcast, which I saw, which you mentioned, another way to grab someone's attention, which you said in the podcast, was send them an email saying, your order has been shipped. Because when you read that email with that
You open
text
it no
message,
matter
you're
what
going to open it like, which order came? Like, I don't remember ordering this. Now, tell me for this particular message, this is the subject line. What did you write in the body?
It's very simple, right? So there's not one, there's multiple of them. I'll give you examples, right? Number one is your order has been shipped. Number one, your payment has been received. Number three, your order has been placed. Like all these emails that Amazon sends you, basically copy paste them, right? And now you just connect with the body. For example, your payment has been confirmed, right? That's the subject line. Now below that I write, you would get after 7 days of us meeting. And then comes the body, which is, hey, I provide a services. And I want to help you with that. ऐसा कुछ करके. And then the whole email goes. It's just connected with the upper one and you're done.
Right. Perfect. I was personally curious a lot. Like, once you write this, what do you think? But I think this gives a more actionable step.
So if I write your order has been shipped, I basically put a Starbucks or Amazon coupon card over there, and I simply say your order of a Starbucks coupon card, which is XYZ, has been shipped. I know you didn't ask for it, but I wanted to send it because I wanted 15 minutes of your time, which I think is worth full of a 2,000 rupees Starbucks, whatever.
Amazing. And within the same podcast, you had mentioned like provide value. Be there to provide value first, because in the cultures, people feel like once you provide value without asking, they feel like they should return it back.
Everything is a bribe.
Yeah.
Everything in this world is a bribe. You put bribe, it's a wrong word or a negative word, but everything is a bribe at the end, right? So for example, you see ads, you click on the ad because someone is giving you a bribe to click on the ad, right? You click on the ad, I'll give you a free bonus and you'll get this and whatever. Now you come to a landing page, you put your phone number and email. Because it's a bribe again, I'll give you a free ebook and 6 templates, whatever it is. Then they ask you to come to, let's say, a sales call, right? So if you come on a sales call, we'll provide you XYZ value. That's again a bribe. So it's a bribing game that you're doing continuously.
Right.
So if I'm sending an Amazon gift card to someone, the bribe of someone opening an email is Amazon gift card, right? If someone is coming on a call with me for 15 minutes, that's also a bribe I'm giving next. So what's the next bribe you're giving? And if your bribes are good as per the target market you're trying to reach, good to go.
You said everything is bribe. Coming back to what you said earlier, billionaire.
Yeah.
You don't have a link. You don't have someone to refer you. You have to do that cold outreach. You have to. No one is there to come, right? You said that everyone can be reached in 5 steps, but think about it that you're not going that way. You're approaching that cold.
Yeah.
Say, suppose you want to reach out to Mark Zuckerberg right now and you don't have the connects. Mark is just way off.
So first of all, I'll not reach out to Mark. I'll reach out to any of his employees that I can have a direct connect with and simply ask what's the problem in the company going on right now? Like which is the most firefighting problem that is going on right now? And if someone gives me any idea on, let's say the problem is we are not able to figure out Web3 or something like that, then my email would be around that. Anything that catches attention, number one. And number two, the body would be around that topic that I want to solve for him. So I would not be like, I can solve this. I would be like, I have a guy who can solve this. Kind of an introvert. That's why I did not reach out to you, but I thought I can take a shot.
Why did you mention a guy? Why didn't you say yourself?
I say me, I have an intention of selling. So I become the salesman. And salesman at the lowest hierarchy in trust.
Right.
So never become the salesman in anything. So they simply say I have a guy who wants to, connect with you. It can be my founder or my partner, can be anyone, co-founder or partner. That does not matter. But I don't say me. So if I want to be up, I become the networker or the mediator, which is higher than salesman.
And you also mentioned in one of your podcasts that the way people look at salespeople is very bad, especially in India. When a sales guy or a salesperson comes and tries to sell you something, you just close the door. You're like, nahi aao yaar. Don't come. Don't disturb me. Especially these credit card guys. In UAE, you keep getting credit card calls. Even when I'm going across malls, they just try to sell me a credit card.
Just go to Dubai Mall, you'll have perfume guys, you'll credit card guys.
How can those guys build a better reputation of themselves? How can they sell? I feel if they really want to sell me, like you said, they should not come to me and like ask about like, hey, you want to... I feel like rather, like you said, they should come and be like, how are you doing today? How's your day going on? You seem stressed out, because entrepreneurs have so many problems to go. If they use that approach, I think they can convert me better than coming and selling this. What is your take on this?
Bro, I think I am not the right expert to talk on this. And the reason is because this is called as push selling, which I'm not really good at.
Yeah,
right?
okay.
Going out and selling something to a person, being targeted, I want to sell these all people and go for that. I'm not that great at it, but what I'm good at is pull. I believe in pull rather than push because it takes off the heavy lifting of a sales team to a marketing team somewhat. And if you can play on a pull part easily, that becomes much more easier of a work, right? So I would, rather than figuring out how to make this salesman go and sell more, I'll figure out how can more people come to this salesman because the job becomes easier and I can hire like salesmen with a lesser salary and lesser incentives to do that work. Because
And
salesmen,
people are coming, leads are automatically, rather than going and finding the leads,
Correct.
you're getting an inbound.
I'll
of
always
leads.
try to do that. That's why I said, I'll not reach out to Mark Zuckerberg. I'll find a person who knows the problem of Mark Zuckerberg, solve it out, and then reach out.
Makes sense.
That's
Makes
always
sense.
pull, right? It's always
And,
better.
just before we were shooting, you said that you don't believe in organic views.
Yeah.
Why do you make that statement?
Is because in anything that you want in life, you either pay with time or you pay with money. I choose money because time is more expensive. If I'm doing a podcast of 1 hour to get 15,000 views, is my 1 hour worth more than what? 25 dirhams? If yes, I would run ads and get the same 15,000 views. Right?
And,
So-
and you're saying it just costs 25 dirhams to get 15,000 views?
Maximum. Right? So is your time more expensive or money? In the start, my money, I didn't have money. So I would use time. I would leverage it. I would post content. If you go to my YouTube, check out, like I've been posting content for like 5 years now, 4 years now, right? I've been posting on Instagram for 4 or 5 years. So when I didn't have money, I would put all my efforts on posting everywhere and being very consistent and editing my videos myself and doing all of that. But once you get money, my time is more expensive than the money I hold.
Right.
And now that's why I would run ads on it and get all the views that I want in life.
I was just having a conversation today with one of my team members. I replaced some furniture in my apartment, right? And normally when people are replacing furniture, they think that, you should just sell it away and all that stuff. I was just telling him, bro, I just put it outside and anyone who wants it can come and go, because the amount of time it would take me to take pictures of that ad,
Put it over there,
the
negotiate with
description,
everyone.
negotiate the price, wait for them to come and collect, and all that for like 300 dirhams, something which would take me like 3-4 hours. My time is way more valuable than that. I just rather you take it for free and khalas,
Correct, yeah.
I'm sure all these are lessons that you have learned later on, right? If Himanshu can go back to his younger self, you're pretty young right now. You're very young and you already accomplished a lot. Tell the audience how old you are.
25.
25.
Yeah.
It's incredible the amount of knowledge you have and what all you're doing. If you can go back to your 18-year-old self, what advice would you give your 18-year-old self on how to save this time much better? Because time is the most important resource which we cannot make more of.
First of all, I'll reduce his stress by saying everything will be fine. Right, number 1. Number 2, take more risk. And number 3, challenge your beliefs. Because whatever I believed at 18 was wrong at 22, whatever I believed at 22 was wrong at 25. And whatever I believe at 25 is wrong at 28, I know. Because I've done that from past 7 years, so I know it's wrong. So whatever I believe right now is wrong, and my continuous job is to just keep on challenging whatever I know right now is wrong. And that's where I'll find the new eureka. Right? Maybe I say that, organic is boring for me, ads are really good. But that's where the challenge is. If I can logically understand this thing, that challenge ads. Ads is not the best. Now what's the best? If organic is not, ads is not, what's the best now? And now you figure it out. And that's the next eureka. That's where the $1 billion game is, hiding. Because if you can crack that, everything changed.
There is a reason you have come over here.
Yeah.
What brought you to Dubai?
Okay, let's cover India first.
Go for it.
So 5 years, Indian market saturated, helped a lot of people over there, built a huge team, worked with a lot of people, worked with even the top of my niche that I work with. And now it was not a challenge anymore. And when you're not working for money anymore and you're working for the skill, you like challenges rather than the money. So it's not about how much money I'm making, but it's about how much challenge is in the task, right? So money was sorted. I got retired as well. I resigned as the CEO of ICE. So for most people listening, yes, I resigned. So I've resigned as a CEO of ICE.
ICE is your most profitable venture,
Yeah,
right?
the most profitable, most biggest that people know of, everything, right?
Got it.
I've resigned as CEO. My team runs that. They get their profit percentage. Everything is sorted over there. I get my money even if I don't wake up for 24 hours, right? For 1 month. Nobody cares. And it's purely automated. I maybe take like 1 meeting in a week to sort it out. Rest everything is done. My ads are stopped everywhere. My all things are recorded. I have a big team which handling everything. So it's everything done. Now the only thing that was not in my life was challenge. So what I was doing, I was playing Plant vs. Zombies 20x7. So I had nothing to do. I bought a PS5. I was playing games in that. Nothing to do, right? So I was like, what to do now in life? And that's where I found this new challenge, which was Dubai. Now the challenge is this. If I go to Dubai, I'll not use any penny of India. Number 1. So new thing. Wow. Loved it. I'm now back in the struggle zone. I have no money and I need to build something in Dubai. Number 1. Number 2, I have all the knowledge that I need to have to build something, but I don't have any resource in Dubai. So welcome, chapter number 2. Big challenge, right? And chapter number 3, the coaching industry thing, I've already solved, destroyed it. Like I would be 2x of the competition would be in India of mine, like at least 2x of them. And it would take them huge time because I know their fundamentals are wrong to just even come to that level, right? So it's very hard for them there. So that's one part. So here, I don't have any leverage. I don't know what to do. I don't know what business I'll do. Nothing is fixed, right? I'm just meeting out people and understanding what to do, which is a new challenge in life. And if I play on this challenge and once I'm done, let's say for 1-2 years, then I'll retire, most probably. Like I'm
25. Kya karoge? What will you do after retiring?
See, there's much more things to do. Taekwondo, jiu-jitsu, guitar, like thousands of things to do in life. So I'll not retire from work, I'll retire from money. There's 2 different things, right? One is retiring from money and there's one retiring from work. I would retire from my money, not from the work. So I'll keep on doing something that I like to do. But that if I don't want to do a meeting at 10 a.m. because I'm sleeping, I would just cancel it at the end time and be like, I don't give a
Do something which is still, but
there's a purpose in life for sure.
Yeah.
I would be building something out because that's what I am. I'm a builder at the
Yeah.
end. So I'll be building something, but I'll not be doing it for the money anymore, right? I'll be running it on a break-even scenario or not take any profits home, even if profits are coming and give it to the team, something like that.
You have resigned as the CEO of your own company, right? So I run a company as well.
I know where this is going.
When I'm trying to make this company in a way that it can function without me. Slowly, I'm letting go of many more things and I'm letting the team take up this position. I had to work for 450 days, no days off. It drove me mental. Like Saturday, Sunday also I was sitting and working, I think it's like finally khalas. Like I'm an entrepreneur. I can design my life the way I want, right? You spoke about leverage. What leverage do I have right now? I have money coming in, and using that money, I can design the way that we have over here, right?
So the first leverage you have is not money,
It's people.
it's people.
You Naval Ravikant.
Naval Ravikant,
Yes,
right?
correct,
So you have
yeah.
4 levels of leverage. The first is labor, the second is money, the third is media, and the fourth is code.
Correct.
So for me, life is not like just money and run after it, right? For me, life is like a 4-dimension. It's health, wealth, relationship, happiness, right? And for happiness, it's your hobbies or whatever you want to do, right? So I always try to keep myself in the center. Now, earlier it was very money or very happiness, like building something out, which gives me happiness. But now I try to keep myself in center.
You're balancing
and
everything.
whenever I see I'm just going to some extent, I'll try to just pull back myself in the center, which is also a kind of meditation, right? Because you're keeping yourself away from just one thing getting obsessed and you're keeping yourself in the center. So I've now designed my life like that. Earlier it was not. So when I was building, so anyone who's building, wrong advice. Don't listen to, just cut this out, right? So if you're building right now, obviously you go super obsessed over one thing. But once you've accomplished something and once you're like done, you come to this center part and you try to focus on everything else and you come to the center part. Much more things I need to still figure out in life. Not figure out, explore in life. But also at the same time, I'm just trying to make this chapter of my life from 20-25 was building something and being obsessed over it, which I've done. And now 25-35 is what kind of man I can become. Not by the money, but the challenges that I face. Am I the man who has traveled a lot? Am I the man who has figured out a lot of things? Not one. Am I the man who has, built back everything and lost everything and come back and build it again? So there's a lot of questions that I need to answer myself, which I'm doing this next 5 years for. That's the whole idea.
You wanted to elaborate on the 4 points of leverage for Naval Ravikant. Tell us what he speaks about. What are the 4 points of leverage?
So the more leverage you have, the more richer you will become sooner. And leverage is, basic definition of leverage is, I want to shift this table. Or if I want to shift this mic, I can just use my one finger and shift it away. But if I want to do that with the table, I can't do it, right? But if I have a JCB, I can put the same effort, which is putting a finger down, and the whole building would crash down. Right? So JCB becomes a leverage. You need to find in life what are leverages you have. Now, Naval says it beautifully. There are 4 levels of leverage: labor, money, media, code. The first leverage you build is team, labor, right? People around you who can work. I have around 150, 200 employees across all my companies. So that gives me leverage, right? I can just, let's say I'm in Dubai and I want to call down every real estate broker of Dubai in the next 7 days. I can do that because I have 200 people who can do 100 calls a day each. In 7 days, I can destroy the whole thing by just doing cold calls, right? So that's leverage, number 1, labor. The number 2 leverage you get is money. So right now in my life or in IC or any company I have, my job is not to do labor allocation. My job is to do money allocation. So I just allocate money. So this much will go in marketing, this much will go in sales, this much I'll put in real estate, this much I'll put in some stocks, this much I'll take home, this much should be, I just allocate money and then my team does whatever they want to do with that. That's how it works. but I've made systems for it, right? So it's not like I just give money away and be like, do something. The third leverage that you get is media, which you're doing right now, which is building more and more content, right? So most probably, if I come to the retirement stage and I was talking about the work would be content creation. Because now I'm not doing content with the intention of brand deals or money or influence or anything. I'm just doing content because I love to do content and I want to share what I've learned. So that's where I would like to do the content job.
It feels like play to you, you know?
If nobody comes for views, I'm fine. If you come and give me a view, very good. Subscribe, no subscribe, don't care, right? I want to build that kind of content. And then the last leverage that you have is code, where you build something on a coded format, which a lot of people can use without your involvement. So code is the highest leverage in that. And now it can be an app, it can be a website, it can be a Chrome extension, it can be anything.
And once you've achieved all of this, you achieve.
Most probably you have got everything in your hands. Everything in your hands. You become a billionaire by the fourth. If you see what's Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, anyone, what do they have? They have 4 of them.
Yeah.
Right? Elon Musk, let's say. Code. They have a Tesla algorithm that's working 24/7 without his work, right? Number 3, media. Here's a Twitter handle that's the most influential one technically.
Yeah.
That he just changed the display picture and it was all over the internet, right? So that's what? Media. Capital, obviously. Labor, big team. Done. What do you need? It's 4 leverages.
You mentioned that you have also, you've stepped down as a CEO, but the company is still growing. Okay. Now, the person who founded the company, if, for example, if they step down from running the company, maintaining the company is one thing. Where the company is going in one stage, but the company is still growing without you there. There's something you have done to automate the entire process. Walk me through this, because I have no idea how to do this, and I'm very, very curious. How can this company that we have built run without me? Because
It can.
Tell me.
So it's an artistic science and a scientific art, whatever you want to put it. It's not just a science, which is just reading a book and you'll know it. And just not an art of being like, oh, only I can do it. It's an artistic science and a scientific art, first of all. Number 2, there are 3 things that you work towards while automating the company, right? Number 1, the most important, exit from the start. Number 2, technical. Number 3, manual. 7 habits of highly effective people. If you read the book, one of the habits of the highly effective people is you start with the exit in mind. Most of us people who start a business are desperate about money or fame or anything that we want in life. And because of that desperateness, we start something off and we never understand where is the exit. Am I going for an IPO? Am I going to sell this company? Am I going to automate and retire? Like, what's the thing? I was very intentional from the first day itself. If you watch my old videos, you can see over there, I've mentioned again and again, ICE is a vacational business for me. A vacational business is a business that performs well, is profitable, is bootstrapped, no investors at all, ever, no equity to anyone. I only hold 100% equity of the company. And whenever I want to, I can come back, live for some time and go back again. So that was the first thing that I did. And if you are an entrepreneur who's already built something, just figure out what's your exit, right?
Right.
Where do you want to take this on? Like, let's say, so you say, oh, I want to make a lot of money. Let's say you made the money. Now what? I want to, be a very famous 1 million subscriber YouTuber. Very nice. You've done that. What now? What are you going to do? Because you don't want crisis at that time. You have money, you have 1 million subscribers, and still you're crying in your life. Like, what do you want? Right? So if your exit is planned, at that time you'll not cry and you'll not be in a crisis of what should I do with my life now. Right? So I was very clear with the exit in the start. Number 2, technical. You need to be extremely good, or you need to hire people who are extremely good at technical automations. That means getting everything reported, building dashboards, sorting out your sheets, KRA, KP, all the technical work that you can ever think of. Now read books on that and you'll find a lot of knowledge on it.
Any books you recommend for KRAs, KPIs, how to set the right, go for it. Give us some recommendations.
I'll tell you a better way to do this, right? Simply go to YouTube and type automate your business how to, right? You'll get a lot of videos. It's not about the book, it's about the concept. So don't go for books, because some books will teach you something else at different stages of life. Almanac of Naval Ravikant is not a good book for a 45-year-old, because he will get into stress, right? A Diary of a CEO is not a good book for a 18-year-old. Does that make sense, right? And the simple reason I'm saying so is because the concept is not as per the stage you are in life, right? You cannot treat psycho-cybernetics at the age of 17, or else you will lose the fun of life, right? So you need to understand that where are you in life and how should things revolve around. So the better concept I use is finding the concept, not the book. So you read, so you watch a YouTube video of 30 minutes on automating a business. Now they will say 4 words that you don't know the meaning of. Let's say they say 4 words as KRA, KPI, reporting and dashboard. You don't know the meaning of KRI. You Google KRI, it comes key responsibility areas. Now you go on Amazon and you write key responsibility areas. Whatever top 3 books are there, you get them. Second word was KPI. Go to Amazon, write KPI. Find the top 3, get them.
it.
Dashboards, get them. Reporting, get them. Now, when you read those books, you'll find words that you don't know again. Go to Amazon, put that word, get the books. That's how you learn anything. And that's the best way to learn something and go deeper rather than just being like, मैंने ये book पढ़ लिया, मेरा काम हो गया. ऐसा कभी नहीं होता.
How many books have you read in your life?
180 plus.
180
plus.
Wow. And I think all of
like not including audiobooks in this.
Yeah. Not
That's
fiction, like actually
no, actual like development game.
And which is the best book which you have read which has made a massive impact in your life?
Top 3, Think and Grow Rich, Almanac of Naval Ravikant, Psycho-Cybernetics.
Back to the overall thing which you were talking about, how to go about automating. How is the business growing?
The first was the exit, the second was technical, and the third was manual, in which you understand like people. And people is the most difficult subject. It cannot come through book. That's why I say it's an artistic science, right? Because at the manual automation side, that's where the art comes. And at the technical automation side, there's where the science comes, right? And exit the intent you have from the start. Now, when it comes for people, people will either work for an incentive or people will work for an emotion. Right? So either incentive or emotion. And every person is motivated by one of the 3. Either power, either money, or either hierarchy in any company. You need to identify which of the people are there on the leadership position and what do they want. For example, one of my employees I know, he's at the leadership position, but what he wants is power. He does not care about money. He's like, give me 0, I don't care. He's like, make me a clerk, I don't care. But I need to have power. That means if I say something, it is important for the company. There's some guys who are like hierarchy. Make me the CEO. Don't give me any money. Don't give me any power. I don't care. But I like the title. So they work for title. So there's a guy who's like, Himanshu Bhaiya, don't call me video editor, call me video head.
Oh, video head. Okay.
Because he likes title, right? He's like, I'll not charge you anything. I'll be working for you for whole my life.
Where do you get people who work for you for free, bro? That doesn't happen. Like, I know even if you give them a title, I don't think I can find, or maybe that may be a misconception.
It's a misconception. So always understand that, okay, I'll give you a very
You're
simple
saying
example.
if I give a title out, I can find people here.
I'll give you a very simple
Go for it.
example. You'll not be getting paid for the next 4 years, but you're called the VP of production of Tesla. Would you say yes or no? See? Your mind diverted.
Huh.
That's how it happens.
I mean, yeah.
You got the answer, right?
People who want that, they can take it up. Wow. Yeah.
Right? So everything is possible. It's just that how big is the vision?
Even the company needs to be that big enough, you know?
In their eyes, not in front of everyone.
In their eyes.
Maybe
yeah.
Tesla is a stupid company for someone.
Yeah.
But Tesla is like God for someone else. So for you, I knew you are a person who's like into technical stuff. That's why I said Tesla. If you were a guy who was like, who was very emotional, or I was talking to a feminine energy right now, I would have said World Health Organization. I've said yes. Right? So it's like, what do they want in life? That's how you find concepts. That's where you work with the 3 levers. And the manual part is more about you finding trustworthy people who you have solved something big for. It's a give and take at the end, right? People who have worked for me for free today are millionaires. Today have their big bank accounts. Today have, the best life they could ever imagine, right? And they thank you for me to that for every week. The game is if you're getting those kind of people, because you will find 1 or 2 people in your life that will be like, hey, I'm working for free for you because I just like you. I don't know why. Now it is all about reputation. Because if those 2 people worked for free and got something big out of this, after that you'll find 5 more. As you scale, you'll work for that. But they'll ask the 2, did this happen? He said he'll make you rich or he'll make you, make your life comfortable, whatever. Did that happen? And the 2 will say, yes, it happened. Here are photos, videos, emails, and all the proof that you can think of. And that's when the 5 would be like, okay, I'm going for it. So if Elon Musk sends you an email and be like, I'll make you the VP production of Tesla, you might be like, it's a scam email or a spam email, right? But if your friend says, no, bro, this happened with me as well. Today I'm VP of sales. He literally sent me an email 3 years back. Now you accept the email, right? So that's how it happens. Repetition.
Okay, Himanshu, I'm loving the conversation we have had so far. We are a podcasting company. And the way we operate is work with few clients, but charge each client a high ticket. Give them like kick-ass service, which they cannot find anywhere else, and that's how we operate. You mentioned that you have closed tickets much bigger than we have closed. Like, for example, charging $50,000 from an individual for something, right? And charging corporations $70,000. Yeah. What does the sales process look like to achieve these things? Because this is close to 6-figure sales.
Yeah.
How does it happen?
I already have a mastermind in India, There are 72 members in the mastermind right now. And some have gone to like 15, 20, 25. The price increased as people went up, but right now the current price is 40 lakhs plus GST, and I think around 8 have already signed up. So the number one thing I want to tell about this mastermind is that not a single cold call, not a single cold email, not a single reach out, not a single LinkedIn message, not a single any outreach method I have ever done, not a single ad I've posted ever about this mastermind. It has 72 members, which is highest in India at highest priced. And the only thing that matters in these kind of sales is reputation. Every person who's coming to this mastermind is a referral of someone else. So the first person came, he's like, wow. Second person, he's like, wow. Third person, wow. Fourth person, wow. Let me refer my friend. Let me refer my friend. And now it's like 70 to 75 members, right? Everyone referrals, and in how much time? 10 months. My mastermind is 10 months old. In 10 months, you got like 75 people approximately paying you that kind of money. It's because you need to have a really good service. You need to know how to get a result for people, and you need to be the real expert. That also people will not pay that amount, right? People will not stay in that group. That's the point. So that's the first part, right? When you're doing these kind of sales, the number one thing that matters is reputation. Because whenever someone is going to pay you that amount of money, the first thing they'll ask is their friends. Hey, do you know this guy who's charging this much? Have you even tried? Yeah, I tried his service, not so good. Done. Close deal. You do any kind of follow-up or any time negotiation, that is going to happen. In my mastermind, I have refunded 3 people as well because I was not able to get a result in a month. So I was like, hey bro, your money. Thank you so much for coming. But I was not able to get a result. Sorry for that. Sorry for your time. Next time you want any help, I'm ready to do it for free. Done. On a good note, bye-bye, take care. But I would not screw up my reputation no matter what happens. So if someone goes and asks to that person, hey, is this guy good? The person would say, I did not get a result, but I got my money back. Trustworthy enough, right? So the person would at least be like open to understand something that will work on, right? So that's the number one thing, reputation. Like
Reputation is the key.
No matter what happens, right? Number one part. Number two, pain. You can only charge big amount when there's a big pain over there. And when there's a big pain, most of the things that people try to learn in sales go away. So one of the things you were asking me was, how do you handle objections and how do you follow up and all? Understand this. Let's say I got into an accident. One leg is gone away. Okay. I go to a hospital. The doctor says it would be, $10,000 to solve this, or else the leg is going permanently away. I don't think you'll say, let me think about this, or let me ask my wife for this.
Yeah.
Right? You'll never do that.
Yeah.
It's because it's an urgent, painful problem and you're in very much pain. You just pay that amount and get that solved. Even if you don't have that much money, you take a loan and pay that to solve that problem. What I don't understand is people trying to take follow-ups and do negotiations and do all of this in high-ticket deals. Because what I've seen for myself, it has been like, I've closed like 40 lakh deals with a guy who's in Dubai, right? 40 lakhs, his partner also paid 40 lakhs. 2 of them closed on a single call, 16 minutes. The call was 16 minutes, like a video call, 16 minutes.
16 minutes or 60?
16 minutes. I got on the call, they're like, bro, ये problem है, बहुत बड़ा है, कैसे करें? I'm like, ऐसे होगा, it would take this much time, this is the cost. Cool bro, coming in. I have my partner as well, come here. The partner comes on the call, on a video call. Okay, so how does that work? I explained him again, he's like, cool, I'm also coming in. Next day they send the payment, done.
100%,
No follow-up,
80
no
lakhs
negotiation.
plus
No,
G.
not 100%.
Yeah.
They paid 20% of the amount.
Okay.
Because I work in like splits, because not everyone would trust 40. I'm like, pay the split, see the result, then pay the rest. And that is 100% recovery of ours.
How do you find these people who have such big
You
faith?
don't find, they come to you. They tell their pain to the friend. And the friend tells, this is the guy who knows. It's a reputation that you build in the marketplace. See, if you work with 10 clients and you give them awesome podcast service, and 1 lakh people saw that these guys did not have a podcast, they made a podcast and now they're big. They all try to find out one thing. How did this happen? And the name would always come to you. Game over. Right? So if I'm working with the biggest influencers of India, the biggest coaches of India, and the biggest of everyone in India, in the tech space at least, I would see over there, everyone is trying to search, how did they become rich? Now, how did this become rich? Now, how did he become viral? And now, how did he become everywhere in ads? The name always comes to one thing, which is Himanshu. Game over. I don't need to say anything. And because if he's an influencer of 3 million subscribers, he obviously hangs out with other people who have 3 million and not who have 500K, obviously.
Right.
And now this 3 million person asks this 3 million guy, how did this all happen? And he just says one name and my job is done. Because now that person will give me a call and be like, how can we proceed? That's how it happens.
Do you reward these people who refer you?
Yeah. Why not?
How do you reward them?
Multiple things. So if someone says, you know what, Himanshu, I want this thing to be done. I'm like, it will cost this much. But if that deal goes, I'll do it for free. Or else you can get 20% straight of the sale. Or like there are multiple favors that keep on happening in these circles, right? So if someone wants, let's say, they want to live out in Dubai for 1 month, it's very expensive. I'd be like, get me that guy, for 1 month, live in my flat, which is in Dubai. Free for you. He would be doing that for easy, right? So he's like, cool. So that's how it
1
happens.
month's rent,
Yeah,
free of cost for just getting one.
Yeah, that's how it
thing.
happens.
Amazing.
Multiple favors keep on happening.
What does the future hold like, Himanshu? Where is it going? You said that you wanted to retire early and you've come, I think you've chosen Dubai as a place pre-retirement. What are you going to do over here?
I was trying to get to US, but I did not go to US.
Okay.
And came to Dubai because everything is like 4 or 5 hours away from Dubai. Number one. Number two, I can get exposure to multiple cultures and multiple people from multiple countries by being at one place, because Dubai is a place of people coming in. Number three, Dubai is a very tough environment to build a business because people don't trust each other. Paisa leke, like if the person takes your money and just goes away in his country, you can't do anything, right? So it's very hard to build trust over here. If I can build reputation in Dubai, I can build reputation anywhere in the world. That's what I've understood. And number four, it's continuously intake of new people and outgo of current people, which gets new people in Dubai without me going anywhere else. So it's always become easier. I think these are multiple reasons that I've chosen Dubai for. Number one, like to set the context of what it is going to take me to build everything.
What are the businesses you plan to build around Dubai?
Trying to build, not built yet.
Yeah.
A business in Web3, which is a Web3 marketing agency, where we help them with Telegram and Twitter services. Because if you want to get something viral in Web3, you need Telegram and Twitter in front of you with PR. So that's one company I'm building. Second, I'm building a real estate marketing agency, which will help real estate brokers and agents get more leads, sales, etc. That's one thing. Third company that we are having is a Power BI dashboard company that I'm really excited about, which is any business who is working on Excel sheets and Google Sheets cannot scale because the reporting systems are damaged. And for that, you need something called as Power BI dashboards. So what we do is we come into your business at 1/10 of the cost of registering your company in UAE. We build your dashboard in just 7 days. You plug all the data into it, and now on your phone, everything of the company is over there. So on the phone, you can get it done. And that's the first step of automating your business to the next level. So these are 3 businesses that I'm looking forward to. And the 4th business I'm doing with someone else on the back end, which is rice import in Dubai from India.
Rice from
India to Dubai.
Oh.
That's on the back end. I'm not in the front end. I'm on the back end. These 3 businesses, I would be in the front end.
How many businesses should entrepreneurs be in the front end?
1 in the start. But if you figured it out, then play as many as you want. Right?
But won't it confuse people like this person is in this business, he's in this business?
You need to be in the niche, right? So first of all, if it confuses people out, if it confuses your target market, it's a problem. If it confuses normal people, who cares? I know that if I'm building Power BI dashboards and I'm doing Web3 marketing, chances are the audiences do not collide, right? So I can play it out well. The second thing is how fast the company scales. If I open the Power BI company and it goes like viral and crazy big in short period of time, I would not build my face on anything else. If it's like medium and I'm not trying to scale it and I know what's the potential now, it is not much more. So I'll build something else on the side. So you need to have your face behind one viral thing. In India, it was ice. And that's why I did not put my face in anything else.
What do you think about founder-led branding overall? Because like you said, when you put a face to it, you're putting a face to your business. And as if we see Elon Musk, right? Elon Musk, people are following Elon Musk, but they're not following Tesla. No, and not as much. And it is very successful.
I have a counter approach.
Go for it.
That will also change your perspective.
Go for it.
See, again, you need to know your exit. I don't think Elon Musk is a guy who's looking for an exit. He's like, till my last breath, I'm going to work. Which is way of his life, and I respect that. You need to find what's your exit, right? For example, I know that if I am in a club and I'm having my drink and I'm chilling out with my friends, if I'm really famous, there's one thing going in my head right now, which is, does anyone know me over here? Can I act like this? Can I dance over here with my full joy? Can I have any jokes with my friends that I want right now? Or someone is watching me? And that was continuously happening in India. Because any mall I go, anywhere I go, people are like, hi Himanshu. After some time, in the start it's like fun. Oh, everyone knows me, nice. After some time it becomes problematic, because if I'm going out with my girlfriend or I'm going out on a date or somewhere, I'm talking to a girl and just someone comes and be like, sorry to disturb, but can I take a picture? But that becomes problematic in life. I cannot take my parents out somewhere sometimes, right? Because it can become a problem. So in India, that was happening very regularly. So I did not want that to happen, number one. Your privacy just goes away. That's why I come to Dubai as well. Nobody knows me. Very good. Right? So,
but soon they will.
Yeah, soon they will. That's a problem as well. So, that's one problem. My exit in life is, I am mild famous, like between the top.
But
Not
don't want to be
everyone.
super famous. Yeah.
Yeah. In a pyramid, the 1% knows me very well. The rest, I don't care. That's number one thing for me. Number two, I'm rich. Number three, I only work with people that I like to work, which is people freedom. If I don't like to work with someone else, I can say them no on their face and I don't care about the money part. So there's some exit strategy that I have, right? This is my end future plan that looks like. For that, fame is against the plan. So I would not build a founder-led brand because the moment I go away, the brand diminishes. So when I built ICE, it was on my face. But we started building it in such a way that it's not on my face now, and it works on referrals without ads as well.
So if you're trying to automate your business, if you're trying to do not be founder.
The reason you are so afraid of automating your business because you know without your face, the business cannot run because your clients know your face, the clients trust your face, the audience trusts your face. That's why you're having that fear of automate ho payega ki nahi. The reason I did not have fear is because I was building a product on the back end which is really good. And I know people pay for the product, not for Himanshu anymore.
Deep thoughts. I'll think about this.
But it's an exit plan. You might be, having this thing of becoming a Joe Rogan. That's fine.
Yeah.
But that has cons as well.
Yeah.
So think on both the sides. Once you're fixed, then it's good. I'm saying my philosophy is right and everyone's is wrong. I'm just saying mine is mine.
Yeah.
That's how I want to live off.
Makes sense. Perfect, Himanshu. Thank you so much for sharing all that. It's been a pleasure. And you've shared a lot. You've shared a lot of insight. I had a lot of questions. I saw a lot of your podcast before this interview. And I wanted to be like, why didn't he ask what was that email? What a subject bata diya? He stole the subject, but what is that? Like these questions kept popping and I had a chance to get to know you through this. Wish you all the best in Dubai and keep killing it out there. And just to more growth to you, man.
Same to you, bro. Thank you so much.